my god. That's a weapon.
Yeah, and you twist the little thing and it like goes in and out, and so you don't need to like you can never lose the guide, and you can just pop the thing off if you want to like close neck trim, and it's actually really good, and I'm furious about that. Just absolutely beside myself, furious about it.
That's a weapon.
Yeah, and you
I'm
twist the
still
little
picturing
thing,
it getting bigger.
and so you I mean the whole thing. It's just it's
I'm glad it works well, though. Because everyone is here. My session. There we go. Zerach, so just give it a start. Okay. Easy days and pleasant nights, everyone. Welcome back to Althea Broken. Say hi, everyone.
hi everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
Howdy.
Also, RJ, Lieutenant Edwards is not in this game.
Yeah, he dead. I need to fix that. Someone link me to the thingy.
He's dead?
Need to make a new one. Hold on.
Oh, yeah, I did not prepare the image for the reactive. Anyways, welcome back, everyone. While Ajay is doing that, getting back into it. Our party had reached the city of Meridian, encountered a local, seen all of the worst things of the hegemony, how non-humans are treated, the brutal class system. One of the two would-be traitors to the party, not one, but two, connected with the butcher, who had ties to the local resistance. They haggled a bit. It was agreed that Mirabelle, the butcher's daughter, would be smuggled out of the country to safety. This is not a super helpful recap. There were some discussions. I don't remember all of the details, and it's not really expounded upon here. But someone asked Vexus if he had access to anything that might be helpful, leading him to discover hidden blueprints in his memories, offering a potential tactical advantage. Not long after that happened, your meeting place with Leaf, the head of the local resistance, was raided by the Scions of Nero. And then a display of power executed Barnacle, another patsy. Todd was violently and upsettingly cursed by Persephone in retaliation before the party, though fighting bravely, eventually were contained, dragged away from the scene. Dragged away. There are a number of things that are going to happen. But the first things that do is each of you awakening. Persephone, Josephine, Anemone. In a cell of marble veined with gold. The stone containing it is a beautiful white. 15 by 15 feet. 15 by 15 by 15. Excuse me. You have a nice cube. There's a bed made of that same marble with a comfy layered pad put on it. There's a very clean looking toilet in the corner that even seems to have a privacy curtain. There is an archway in the wall across from your bed that appears to be open out into a hall made of this same white stone. You hear footsteps, armored footsteps, echoing on marble down the halls as a guard patrol passes. They don't come down the hall, but they pass by the entryway to the hall that all of your cells are in. So, who wants to wake up first? How about Pandora?
I mean, I can. I thought Josephine probably got the most hits though during the fight where she got captured, but maybe she woke up first. Too much pain.
Lots of pain, lots of anger.
Yeah. Yeah, but she'll wake up and observe her surroundings. So are we like in cages or
You are in this cube-shaped room with one open archway in one side of the wall across from the bed you just woke on. It appears open, like you could walk through it if you wanted.
Mm. No, that does not sound safe. Is everyone else in the room with me as well?
You can see through the archway across from you Anemone unconscious on another bed.
Do I have my equipment with me or do I not have anything?
You are wearing very simple gray clothing that you have seen on many others.
Okay. Josephine is not gonna go past the archway, like not gonna walk, but she's gonna yell out for Anemone and see if she can wake her up.
That seems like a great time for Anemone to start waking.
I mean, like, I don't think she was ever like fully asleep. It's just terrifying. So, like, I don't think it's like she's not starting to wake. It's like she just is like slightly startled and she's up.
She was just
I
staring at the ceiling. Like,
yeah, she's yeah, her eyes are awake. She's haunted as fuck right now. Yeah, things are not well. So yeah, I think if she sees you out, if she sees Josephine out of bed, like away, and like if she's definitely just gonna get up and follow you, especially if you're leaving or just walking or whatever. Wherever you're going, she's going. Um,
She's
I mean,
calling out for you because we're far apart, right? Like
oh,
we're, yeah.
okay.
No, the hallway between your cells is only about 5 feet wide.
Oh shit.
She's
Weird.
just across the way in another 15 by 15-foot room through another archway on another bed. It is perfectly symmetrical, almost a mirror of the room you were in.
Well, so yeah, so it's like I will definitely just like get up and get like up against the bars as close as I can to you, without obviously without leaving the cell, because we're in a cell. Um,
Hmm.
like, are there people around? Like, like obviously we're in our cells, but like, can we see anybody up or down the hallway? Like, is there anybody else? There's people like guarding us.
Give me a perception check. There are 2 guards. You can't really see them from the angle you're at. They're a little too far down the hallway. But you can tell that there are at any point in time 2 sets of footfalls echoing in the hallway from the cadence and rhythm.
Um, okay, if I can't see them. All right, if I can't see them, like scale of 1 to 10, how likely do you think I'd be able to just kind of like kill them in one go? But if we can't see them, I probably can't make that kind of guesstimation. So,
Are you going outside the archway of your room? Or were you just...
okay, wait. I'm still struggling slightly to understand the visuals of what is happening. I'm like, where is this archway in relation? I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. So, let me... So you have like the one room, and then this room. So the archway is in this wall, and the archway is in this wall, and then this is the hallway.
Okay.
It's like you are in cells that are mirror copies of each other, just across the hall.
Okay. And then, okay, so I mean, I just want to get. I mean, if
Here,
I,
we'll
if
help the visuals some.
I just want to get as close to, I guess, as close to the hallway, like as close to that wall, so that like Josephine and I might be able to talk quietly without somebody hearing, if that's possible.
Absolutely.
Because like, if we can, and then I think we should definitely try to wake up Seth as well. So if we're gonna try to formulate a plan, we should all be in on that.
Here, I give you visuals to work with. And then there's like a light in the hall. There you go. So yeah, feel free to have your conversation.
Have we woken woken Seth? Is she woken up? Have we?
I mean, we probably can't see her from where we're at.
Oh,
Josephine, you can see her from where you're at. She's in the cell next to Anemone. And Visay is now also coming awake.
While Persephone wakes up, I actually want to try something. I want to try to do a cantrip, just light, and just kind of see what happens in here.
What's it like when Josephine reaches for the source of her magic now? Where's that? What's that feel like? Where's it coming from?
Probably like a sense of herself and a sense of her duty and a sense of like her conviction for her goals, I would say.
Okay. This is going to be really uncomfortable for you then.
Okay.
Because it kind of feels like all of that is behind some sort of like sheer silk barrier that you can't really get a grip on or move through in any way. Something is creating space between you and your magic.
So as she tries to cast the spell, she kind of like runs her fingers through her hair like in a stressed out way, and she'll look over to Anemone and just say and like try to whisper, say, "Can you hear me? Anemone, can you hear me?"
yeah. Can you hear me?
Can we turn Mel up a bit on the stream, please?
Yeah, I bumped up about 50%.
Okay. I just got a DM saying that she was hard to hear on the stream. Sorry to interrupt. Carry on.
No. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. I don't know what to do. We can't cast any magic here, and I'm not sure where we're at.
I guess I mean like I will obviously try to cast a cantrip. I'm assuming I have the same results as Josephine.
Oh, well, yeah. I'd like to ask you the same question about what it feels like for Anemone to use her magic. I got a word picture to paint for you too.
Okay, I apologize for trying to speed run through the word picture. I so apologize for that.
No. What's it like? What's it feel like?
So because it's like in her. It's not like coming from somewhere else or whatever. It's like it feels like when you like get goosebumps, but like not because you're cold, but like because like you're listening to something that sounds really good or whatever, and like you just get like that kind of feeling, and then yeah, and then it all kind of manifests into whatever magic is coming out of her.
Oh. The only thing I can really think about that would be it's kind of like a heavy presence and a very dampening one. Like there's water in your ears and you're only hearing at about half your normal sound level. Everything is faint. Everything is diminished.
Oh, this is the worst I've ever felt. Okay, all right. Because my original plan was for all of us just to like blast spells at them all at the same time, but that really, rationally now, like thinking back, that was much too easy. Do we know? Is it
While
just the
Nemi
three of
is,
us?
oh, do you see anyone else on your end?
No, I don't. I mean, is there anybody? Are there any other cells like that I can see further down?
There are other cells. I'm now being told that everyone is quiet now on this stream. One second. How is the volume looking, Ziraj?
I did bump up the volume quite a bit.
Okay, apparently we're all coming through really quiet still, I guess, so bump it up more. Terribly sorry, everyone. That. Just gonna babble. I'm having someone check the volume. Sorry.
Okay.
Okie dokie. He's going to refresh. I have all my channels muted. Okay, we are kind of quiet still. Can you put our volume higher?
I got it pretty increased.
Sorry for the silence. There's a slight delay from us talking and then the stream.
And then, yeah, the actual sounds. I mean, at least in my headset, you're loud and clear.
I mean,
everyone sounds good on Discord.
we sound good on Discord, but I was just listening on YouTube and we're quiet.
I mean, on Discord, I have most people like set all the way up to like 200.
Yeah, Twitch is a little quiet as well. I don't know how to keep just making sound to wait until it's a better thing. I'm usually good at babbling. Okay, that didn't sound too bad. Thank you, Justin. Please let me know if it gets like that again.
We just have to all start yelling.
No, I don't want to yell. It will hurt my throat. Okay, so back into the cells. You do see a couple of other cells. Like there's another one right here above Josephine, but you don't see anyone in it.
Josephine wants to call out for Seth to see if she can wake up, see if she's still alive.
Seth, you awaken to the sound of Josephine calling out to you.
Yeah, so she would probably wake up and do a similar thing, look around, kind of just take stock of where she's at, what she's wearing. I assume we're not restrained.
You are not.
And then probably hearing the others talk and recognizing Josephine's voice, should probably go to the archway and look for Josephine. Are we
I should unpause it so you can
injured?
actually move your tokens.
Like, do we still retain wounds from the fight?
There's some lingering aches and pains and soreness, but they took you non-lethally. They had weapons that were literally just meant for riot control. So you are on the mend and sore and achy, but no worse for wear today.
Yeah, I'm here, Josephine.
Who's? Can you see who's in the cell over across from you?
It's empty.
No, it appears to be empty. What about you?
Anemone, or not Anemone. Yeah, no, yeah, sorry. Anemone's right, and it's still next to you. She's awake.
Are you two okay?
Just some bruises from the fight, plus a little nervous of what's going on. Other than that, I'm okay. Anemone seems fine as well.
Yeah. I mean, like, objectively, no, but, like, in the moment, yes. I'm assuming there's no magic for you. Or is there? Have you tried?
At that, Seth will try to cast, we'll say, detect magic.
I would also love then a little soliloquy about Steph's magic and what it makes her feel like when she uses it.
So she probably has a feeling of connection to something bigger than herself, even though she is a sorcerer and the magic that has been gifted to her still comes from herself. She still draws on it from kind of somewhere else, or at least has a connection to somewhere else or something else, in this case Freya. but her magic in the moment, for her, everything would go very still and quiet, almost like just as she's casting the spell, time slows down and she suddenly is like underwater.
Interesting. Also, this is so complicated. You're an asshole. But I love it. The connection, time slowing down, falling into water.
I mean, less the sensation of falling into water and more just the same sort of sensory obfuscation that it brings, like
Okay.
sort of muffled sound and the less visibility and just the dulling of senses almost.
Then yours would probably start with connection. That sensation of your fingers being the only thing holding you up on a ledge. The feeling of a sturdy branch beneath your feet in the forest. Thousands of filaments of memories, devotion, all of these little things that connect you to your friends, Freya, that connect you to something greater. Each one severing, and you feel that jerking, halting momentum of threads fraying away. And there is no moment of weightlessness. There is no moment of bliss in that sensory deprivation, that space. There is nothing but ripping and tearing sound that screams and claws at the inside of your mind.
So there would be a moment where she would cast a spell and then all of a sudden she would just exhale in this sort of sighing gasp for air. And then take a good 30 seconds to sort of collect herself and bring herself back to the moment and look up at Josephine. Oh, that's one of the most horrible experiences I've ever had.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, what I can't really describe what I'm feeling, but like it feels like death. Like it feels like what I imagine death feels like. Josephine, do you remember what death feels like? I mean, it's been like 3 or 4 times. I feel like you probably have more from a
Well, depends on which one we're talking about.
Okay, but what the fuck are we gonna do? This is fucked, guys.
At this point, I would love for RJ to make a perception check for me, please.
Can you do it with disadvantage if we're whispering?
26.
There is the sound of voices. Not close enough for you to understand, or maybe they are. It's hard to tell if the layers of bindings around you are muffling the sounds that you're hearing. But they didn't put a filter on your nose. And the unmistakable scent of a gnome, two gnomes, and something else you've never smelled before. But it's definitely not a Meridian human. 3 scents waft 15 feet further down the hallway into your nose.
Can I try and make the lights flicker? By regulating by electrical power? Sort of Morse code situation?
Yes.
The lights
Can
flicker.
in any other place that might come across as strange. But in this place, consistency is king. The lights flickering is weird here. But weird doesn't necessarily mean that you are going to understand a coded message from a person you have never met before, from a culture you've never met before.
Nope.
So, if I could please get perception checks from the 3 cell occupants to notice a message to the flickering.
I feel like at this point we've earned a more badass title than cell occupants. I don't know.
No, right now you are simply heretics. Also, I feel like these are very appropriate roles.
Bye.
Josephine, you just immediately recognize that there is a pattern to the lights coming on and off. Someone is trying to make contact with you.
Josephine's gonna try and decipher the message. If there's is it Morse code going on?
It is, yeah. We'll say it's something akin to Morse code.
Okay.
There's enough similarities, I suppose, between the one you would know and the one he knows.
Okay.
You got a natural 20.
Yeah, the nat 20. Yeah.
What message are you trying to convey, Archie?
Well, I don't know what action I had. Could I do a countdown? What if I try and hold my power in for a second and free them or something? Could I do something like that? Or I don't know. Could I do there's someone free me? Well, I mean, what narratively helps here?
That is a good question. I suppose just letting them know you are there or not a friend, or you are a friend, or and not an enemy at the very least.
Yeah.
Is a path you could go. I'm gonna say with Josephine's natural 20, the two of you can just straight have a conversation here. She understands what you're beeping and can reply verbally to you.
Okay. So yeah, I guess my thing is I am in chains down the hallway. I have not smelled your kind. You're not from around here. If you have a chance to escape, free me and I will aid you. Something to that effect.
Josephine just kind of stares to the lights while this is happening, you know, like kind of zoning out both Anemone and Persephone if they say anything to her. And she's just sitting there deciphering it. And then she wants to kind of, when she hears down the hall, she wants to kind of like try and peek her head around, like kind of like move around and see if she can get like a better angle and see them down the hall, like both ways.
If you go to the far corner and kind of peek, you see what kind of looks like a metal shod hand kind of down there. It's a 15-foot angle down the hall, so you're getting a little bit of the contraption he's bound in.
Okay. As she sees that, she'll respond back. She's respond back with, "How do we escape the cells? Do you know?"
Crap. Hold on. Let's see it broken. Welcome, archivists. We are now settled into the jail cells at the Meridian Hegemony's Imperial Prison. The characters have just awoken and they are discussing things. Carry on.
The lights will flicker again. The magical restraints are not perfect. You have to fight through them.
Okay. Is there like a bed or like in the cells or anything in here with us?
Yeah, there's a bed and a little loo to relieve yourself in.
Is the bed like pinned to the wall, or can I move it around? Like a move bed I can move, like the frame.
Oh, it's like a 2-foot tall slab of marble with a pad on it.
Okay, so I couldn't move if I wanted to.
No.
Okay.
Are there pillows?
No, just a pad.
Is the pad removable from the slab of marble?
Yeah, you could just pick it up.
I didn't mean to interrupt, Pandora.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I'm trying to think.
These are important questions.
Yeah, no. Josephine's gonna take the pad on her bed, and she's going to like use it almost like a shield, and then run towards like the door here and try and jam it open. But like also like I don't know, like just hopefully it doesn't hurt her too bad. She's the pad in place.
Love.
I've never been more obsessed with anything really in my life.
Oh my goodness, this is amazing. Okay. Do. So your pad sustains 23 points of electricity damage. Starts smoking a little and smelling really badly. It doesn't catch fire, but it is melting.
Mm.
Do you keep pressing?
Does it look like it's doing something to the defenses? Like, am I able to observe that it's like working and it's doing something?
The pad is slowly being disintegrated against the door. Like, it is a solid wall that you have encountered. Like, might be a little give. It's hard to say. But if you stay in contact with it, the pad will only protect you for likely one more round.
Then yeah, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going.
Can I try and assist this in some way? At the cost of the pain that will surely follow?
Assist. What? With what? I should ask.
Well, I mean, we didn't talk about it hugely, but I feel like they're maybe using me as power battery.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
And
That's
they
fair.
probably have some way of compelling using me as a power battery. So,
Mhm.
like, I'm probably not allowed to not provide power, but I'll not provide power.
Oh, I see. Okay, you'd like to temporarily shut yourself off, to try and get her out. What do I want for this? This is kind of controlling your inner Spock. Give me a roll of the old ways.
This seems important. We'll roll it with the hero.
Okay.
There we
Glorious. Josephine, moments before the cushion is disintegrated in front of you, the field of crackling gold energy that is kind of flaring around the cushion as it's disintegrating it almost touches you, but then it gives way, and roll a reflex save for me. As the thing you were putting all of that force against is no longer there. And you just casually step out into the hall.
I say like she kind of like pushes herself out and she kind of like falls to her knees, you know, and she's like kind of like taking like a deep breath, and then she looks over here to see the guy in the chair.
Down the hall, you see bound in layers of metal and chain. Anchored to a wall. Little sparks of electricity arcing off of his form. I dropped an image into Discord. I forgot to put it in Foundry.
Let me see. Okay. Oh. Josie's gonna get up and look over at Anemone and say, "Wait right there, I'll be right back." And then she's gonna run over to him as quickly as possible.
Excellent. I'm just gonna set him right here.
I just will say really quickly, because like Anemone did get a nat 1 earlier with the lights, So she's just been sitting on the floor, like staring at the wall, because now that she doesn't have her magic on top of everything, she's she's just like fully dissociating, sitting on the floor. So
Oh no.
so that's why she didn't see the lights. She's not even looking in that direction. So then when she then hears Josephine, it scares the ever living shit out of her, but then she just runs to the bars so she could watch and hopefully help if she can in any way. I just watch her go.
Those little electrical spikes on the side of his helmet briefly flash, and you hear him. Did it work? Are you free, Toravish?
Yes, are you the one who helped me?
I'm Zoran. It is enchanting to meet anyone.
Josephine, we can get to that later. Let me see if we can free you two real quick, and then just look around to find a way to free him.
Do you see my staff, my scythe?
She'll look around for a scythe.
No, there's a lot of machinery in this room, and it's all kind of hooked up to the back of him.
No scythe, but I don't think your weapon really matters right now. We need to get you out. And she's gonna look around for a way to free him from his chains.
Is this just a wall right here? The other end of the hallway?
No, there's like 2 more cells for a total of 6, and then a hallway down here at the end on the other side of a set of doors.
Is there anyone I could probably see into this cell? Is there anybody in that one?
It appears to be empty.
Okay.
Can I get perception checks,
For everyone?
please? These are going to be harder for both Zoran and Joseph. What the fuck, people?
Oh my goodness.
Who's no longer dissociating.
Devony is just suddenly very aware. She is aware of the invisible force field dropping out from in front of her the moment it does. Like, you're so familiar with how magic and shit works, and then you suddenly feel access to your magic again.
Like that, I mean, like, obviously she's thrilled to have her magic, but like that level of awareness sounds horrifying. All right.
Yeah, and then you all hear the echoing footsteps of the patrol walking towards the door at their usual time.
I feel like if the 3 of us all simultaneously blast off our most powerful spells, we might be able to do something. I mean, I feel like we might be able to take out 2 guards with the 3 of us at once. Just a thought. If that's what, if we're going the killing route, but I don't know if we have much of a choice.
Everyone is in prison uniforms, by the way. Again, you have no equipment.
Yeah, let me.
Yeah.
I need to take off my armor here.
Also, Voren, you are aware that there are countermeasures in these rooms to subdue riots. They are painful and concussive and non-lethal, but they are designed to cause maximum pain.
Are they like hand controlled? Like, is there like a remote, or like,
No,
is there info I can communicate that is helpful?
Yes, they are controlled by the Sorrow Weavers, who are the spellcasters of the Meridian. All of their magic will basically bring out your worst fears and sorrows. the most powerful ones of them can cast you into a despair so deep and dark you will never waken from it. But they're also the wardens and drug addicts. They take Blue Moon, which is that drug made from raw Vesium. It's bad.
The Sorrow Weavers will be here soon. They can use magics in here to incapacitate. I have no... I don't know how to get out. They've improved their chains over the years.
Shit. And there's a giant puddle of whatever I burned in my cage. I'm not trying to get back in. Could you possibly help my other two companions get out of their cells too, while I keep them busy?
Did you say that the forces...
Oh, their door... Yeah, their doors shorted out too. They could also step out.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay. Oh, no, I thought they
I'm
needed to
letting...
get out too.
Like, you knew your force field went down because you were pressing against it. Anemone got a natural 20 and just noticed it, and so we're just going to say you were able to get out. But you are currently out of your cells if you step out of them.
Okay. She's gonna say,
and
Seth,
the force fields are back.
She's gonna say, Seth and Anemone, get behind me. I'm gonna need you both to fight your best fight right now. So if you want to order them to get behind her right here.
Ouch. Nope.
No.
Could you remove me from my cell, please?
What?
Could I be removed from jail, please? Oh, sorry. I was trying to go through the... Yeah, I was trying to go through the wall and it would not let me. Thank you for letting me out.
Could you remove me from jail, please?
I think it's like the first question everyone asks, right?
I'm gonna, if I'm ever arrested, that's exactly how I'm going to ask it.
I'm just like even if I go to jail, I'm still gonna have fucking manners. Like, not an animal. Okay. Oh.
And then once we like really hear and get close, Josephine wants to cast protection on herself, and she's just gonna... We're just gonna try and battle them out here, I think. It's the best plan.
So you want to fight?
Well, yes, once they get like right there, then we'll...
Yep.
Okay,
be
so
here too.
again, let me re-clarify this. So there are 2 more cells. Two more cells. Down here on the end, 1 on each side. And then at the end of the hall, there is a door that opens up onto another hallway. It is a heavy metal door with windows in it.
Where do we hear the guards at? Are they coming like behind the corner, you think, around here, or coming the
No,
door
they're
over
on the other side of the door patrolling that hallway out there.
Oh, but they're not coming inside here yet.
Correct.
Oh, so I have to come inside here. Okay, never mind.
So if you all stood to the side, because they don't come through the doors, they won't notice that you're out of your cells.
Okay, well that makes sense. I thought they're coming inside here. Okay.
It's just yeah, you've got options.
I thought they're coming in. I was like, hey, we're gonna fight. Like,
I was getting really hyped for like lady ambush. Like we were just all gonna like pile on them at the same time. That was I was really hyped for that. So
Hey,
but
if you
but
just
if
want to
if you want to
start rumbling, we can. But I
if
just
you want to pause to be more strategic, we should and we can. We should not let my desire to just beat on some shit, it should not be the guiding force here. Let's be strategic now that we know we can stay hidden.
Okay, well, in that case, I'm just gonna hide out over here and try and find a way to free Zoran here.
Yep. Is so is the electricity that's like pulse, is that what's keeping him like locked or like chained up?
you're very sensitive to currents of electricity. It's being pulled from him.
Okay.
Like, because you're a cloud dragon now, you can sense the eternal spark of electricity in him.
Mm.
And let Siraj take the description of that from here. It's your magic. She a cloud dragon. She can sense that stuff.
You mean me?
Yes, you.
Yeah. I don't know if electricity can have a smell.
Oh,
Ozone.
it does.
It
But
does, yeah.
It's old and forested, and it is a well of electricity that suffuses him. And there's a small sort of silver taint to it. But you get this impression of earth and pine needles and um, electricity across the tundra. And yeah, you can, I guess, probably feel it being siphoned off from these sort of magical chains that he's in.
Hold on, please. I have new spells because I realized literally like 2 weeks ago that they completely changed everything about the sorcerer, and I switched from arcane to primal spells. I would like to cast Dispel Magic on his wrist things to see if I can stop them from doing that.
Okay. Spell magic.
Ah, the crunchiest subsystem in the game.
I know.
I know the counteract checks.
I wanted it to,
give.
theoretically, I wanted it to be. It's not simple, but
You're doing it as a second level. Can you upcast Dispel Magic? How does that work?
You
I
can. It
believe-
increases the counteract level because you can only counteract an effect one level higher than the effect at which you cast it. So casting at second level means that she can only counteract something of third level or lower.
Okay.
Okay.
So upcasting it means that you have a better chance at counteracting higher level things.
I have put I have put it in the chat.
So I mean, if that's
Oh
the
goodness,
Oh
yes.
my god, it requires
case,
a whole
you know
thing.
what? So I'm
It's very crunchy.
I'm gonna throw. Okay, you know what? In my mind, I was casting Dispel Magic like from 5e, and it was gonna be like super fast and fun. But we're just gonna not do that because that.
Oh no, I'm gonna make it super fast and fun by just
Oh,
looking at what you roll and ad-libbing it.
Well, if I have a better chance of doing it at a higher level, then I will absolutely cast it.
That
Okay.
is
Yeah.
yes, true.
Okay.
What happened to
Oh.
your token? It was just fine.
Oh, I was testing something. Can you remove the token image effect off of them? There's an effect called token image that I was testing. It works locally.
Boop.
Yeah.
Oh, now I have the X-Men theme stuck in my head.
That- I think we're both trying to correct your token image. I'm gonna stop.
There we go.
What just happened? I tried to. No. I am going to re-roll that because it was only a 5. Does that have the +10?
Only if you roll below a 10
Oh, okay.
and you rolled an 11.
Okay. What was the DC?
You reach out with your strongest magic. Does not suppress this.
Damn it. Okay. Well,
You feel a bit of give, like it's within your power.
not with an 11.
But not with an 11.
Do you want some help, Anemone?
I mean, yeah, I would love some. I mean, it feels like I'm like almost there. Like it's definitely I definitely can do it. I just couldn't do it right then. But it's definitely possible.
I will try and break free when you cast if you can give me a sign.
Okay. So, I guess all right. I guess we'll try again. We'll try again. I have 3 5th level spells. So, all right. And then on the count of 3, I will cast it, and then you do whatever you feel like you have to do to maybe escape.
And you're casting this at 5th level now. Okay.
Yep.
Can I aid somebody in this in casting a spell, or does that not work like that?
I will say, do you also have the spell magic?
I do at 5th rank. So
I will
pass
say
that.
then, if you also cast it, one of you may roll with fortune.
Anemone.
What
I know.
what's your spell like modifier?
It is plus 18.
All right, I'm plus 17, so you take the roll with fortune, and if we both cast it, since yours is 1 higher.
Is there a counteract macro? Oh, there is. Is there a fixed value? Using the counteract macro, it pops up with a fixed value for the roll, and just asking, is the value fixed? And it has a checkbox.
I have not seen that menu. Can you just click on the counteract from... now I see it.
When I clicked counteract, it did nothing.
Can you just roll it with the DC of 10?
I mean, it's just your spell attack roll.
That is
Well,
there.
fucking nailed it.
Okay, so I rolled an 18 with the plus 18, so I got a 36.
I see that.
What does fortune do? Just give me advantage?
Yes. and keep the highest. The
Okay, so
36 is the clear winner. Zoran, did you try to make an escape attempt and spend a hero point on it?
Yeah, to actually get out of the chains once as the magic is suppressed.
Oh, the magic hasn't been suppressed yet.
Okay, but I'm trying.
You wiggle, wiggle,
You try to like
I-
rip them apart.
and nothing happens for a time. But you did get a 36, which is a success. Exactly. The lights don't just flicker. They go off completely. There's a sound of 30 some odd feet of chain falling to the floor, making all sorts of just awful cacophony in this marble chamber. Ziraj, Demon says that if your system audio is low, it will send low.
I mean, my system
I don't-
audio is maxed out 100%.
Okay, and is the mixer turned to the maximum as well?
Yep. I did add
Okay. I haven't gotten any more complaints about sound, but
well, yeah, I added a gain filter also to bump that up even higher.
oh, good. Fuck, that sidetracked me. Thank you, Colton. Where was I?
Chains, marble,
Chains,
clatter,
marble, clatter, clatter, clatter. And I'm gonna roll a couple d20s. I'm gonna throw them out on the board. 15 and a 7. That was definitely heard by someone. But then the plates start giving way and also falling to the ground. And RJ, would you please describe what they kind of see standing there as the emergency lights come on?
Of me?
Casting, yeah, because now they get to see you. And the emergency lights, by the way, super red, white marble, turn the pink of viscera, and the gold is the dark of blood under these floodlights. Have fun with that.
Yeah, so as all these chains fall off and the metal helmet clicks open, you see a sort of he's not an attractive man. He's kind of grizzled and severe looking. Bearded. The chains continue to clank off. The body suit continues to clank off. He's wearing like, you know, a sort of prisoner outfit. The only things that you do see that are still attached to him are there are some different bands around his wrists that seem, if not fused to the skin, like they're tight around his skin. And they don't appear to be made from the same metal that's containing him. And he, stretches his back and runs a hand over his head as he changes shape. And these antlers almost like moose antlers grow out of his forehead. And he goes, "Oh my gosh, it feels so good to stretch. Thank you." And then like little bits of cackling electricity like spark between the antlers. "You are Josephine?" He turns and looks at Josephine. "And these other two I have to thank for freedom?"
Yeah, you can thank them too. Their magic is quite potent.
Like we got the handcuffs, but like technically she got us out of the cells because like she was the one that noticed you flickering the lights. So like really it was all her, but it's fine. What are we gonna do?
Zoran, how long have you been here for?
"It is hard. There are no days to track, but years, I think."
Okay.
Well, I
Do you
think
know-
we have probably more important things to do than talk. We could probably look for Vexus and get the hell out of here, yeah?
"I must find my scythe."
What do you need the scythe for?
I'm sorry, I can't understand your accent. Your what? Your side?
"Yes, my scythe. It is a statement of office. It is probably bound somewhere. They wouldn't be able to use my magic without it. Come. We go free."
We'll help you find your scythe, but you gotta help us find our friend Vexus as well before we get out
I'm
of here.
thinking that like if the side of this is some kind of like magical power core of some sort, that seems like a place where Vexus might also be.
That's a good point.
Is he the one who smells of the earth and machine?
Yeah.
I can his essence is upon you. I might be able to track him.
Mm-mm.
Yes, that's the one.
"Ha! Today is my lucky day. I've been waiting to get out of here. And with you three by my side, we can't help but escape."
It's at
Alright.
about this moment that you know how sometimes your body just starts to feel heavier? Like there's extra weight at your wrists, at your elbows, your shoulders, your knees, your hips. All of those things in your body that are meant to bend start to shake as more downward pull begins to claw at your bodies.
My arthritic joints feel personally victimized by that description.
I'm sorry.
It's just like describing it, and I was like, stop talking about my elbow and my wrist. Stop that.
Can I get perception checks, please?
Can I get rid of these enfeebled, restrained, stupefied, off guard,
Yes.
immobilized things?
Yes, you may. Very good. All of you look down at the end of the hall and you see one of the golden masks of a scion of Nero. On the other side of the window, from the way they're standing, it looks like they have their arm up and are pulling down on what you imagine might be a lever. So I have some questions. But I think first, you're going to join me on the encounter tracker. Where did you go? There you are.
This is karma for my monk.
What do you mean? What happened?
My monk has a pretty high initiative stat and usually ends up going first or second. And I've noticed that with Persephone, I tend to roll pretty poorly in initiative.
That is absolutely fair. Combat state. Alrighty.
I assume, other than my shackles and my scars, I don't have my scythe. I'm probably not wearing my leather.
No.
Okay.
Do you have a body icon?
I do.
Oh.
And now, before we jump into this, as they activate the prison's defenses to put down these prisoners escaping, we're going to go back about an hour in time. Moving away from the prison, where all of you are once more in your cells, unconscious, still awakening. DMing me now. Siraj, thank you. Thank you for making the reactive images better.
Oh,
I might even still double them again from that. It's because they're very small right now. But we're gonna move out and away from the prison. And we're going to move up a dozen floors of the Imperial home. Every bit of this building is lavish. It is a study in greed, avarice, artistry. Every creative work, every great thing of beauty that is here has been reproduced and abused to the point of destroying its individuality. Every face on every statue is the same. Every pose is the same in a series of statues. But the amount of it's soulless artistry.
I I see
We
AI is
find-
popular here.
That's not fair. AI can have a soul. Honestly, I've seen some really beautiful work out of AI. We see in a well-appointed room, though, a young woman. Your room is a prison. It is a beautiful and comfortable prison, but it is one nonetheless. But why don't you tell me what we see? What's she doing?
So she is currently looking out on of a window that of course has bars, probably very fancy bars, but bars nonetheless. She's holding
Beautiful rotten gold.
She's holding up a small clockwork bird that she has wound up, and it is currently playing a song, a lullaby, something she used to hear constantly as a child. And this clockwork bird has definitely shown some age, but she is humming along, remembering, and she's just merely staring out, lifeless. Her features are straight and flat. She looks, even though she is staring and standing, she has complete control of her posture. It's as if she was molded to stand extremely straight, almost unnatural. But she's just continuing humming alongside her clockwork bird as she remembers, as that's all she can really do nowadays.
Beautiful art. You have a gift. One that this family has been cultivating for centuries. A human that can tap into the shadow of the Genesis tree. You do not just practice necromancy, you are necromancy. No wizard or sorcerer will ever have the power to touch the shadow of the tree in the way that you can. Your grandmother, Elena Devore, has pushed you to every one of your limits to find out what you could do, what your potential is. And carefully documented every spell, every thing that you have to share with her about how your magic works, to try and duplicate it. The Sorrow Weavers have to ingest a great deal of blue moon to tap into it like you can. It is not sustainable. The Hegemony's Vessium mine is dry. And you know that they are hungrily looking for another. It's the entire point behind the war. Elena has not been to see you today. Which is probably good for you. She is an ancient and cruel woman who you know to be a vampire. The first vampire.
Oh.
There comes a knocking at your door.
Kalina will lazily turn her head towards the door and then sigh. Come in.
The door opens, and in walks a servant pushing a cart covered in trays of food that are... What are those covers called? Do they have a name?
Those like fancy food dish cover?
Yeah, that cover dishes. No, the dishes are all covered. They're fancy looking. It's all gold. It's on a beautiful like cream tablecloth. And she pushes the cart over to you. She looks like a young half-elven woman.
Is it supper already? Very well.
Yes, Mum. The servant's hair is like tied back under a handkerchief and everything, but it's like fiery, coppery red. Green eyes, kind of freckly. She starts setting the food down next to you and kind of leans closer as she does. Kalinova. And the voice is now fully masculine.
Yeah, Kalinova's eyes is definitely wider.
Your brother. What was his name?
My brother, his name is Levonov? What? Why do you ask?
One last question, and then I'll tell you. Your brother, was he good at engineering?
I mean, he was as interested as my father was, but why does that matter? He died so long ago.
Well, because very recently a group of foreigners from outside our borders came to me asking for help. and I was unsure of what help they might be able to be when they balked at the request I made of them. But then a dozen scions of Nero kicked in the door of where we were meeting to kidnap them, and so I assumed that they were worth my time. And they were here looking for you. So, do you like being here?
She kind of gestures around the whole room. You think this is a life, but I stopped being happy ever since I left Eldenot. Ever since my family, my brother Lev, has died. Of course not. I would never say so.
Then how would you like to get out of here?
And get past all of Elena's workings, get past Antonia's great armies. How would you suggest a thing?
Well, from what I understand, these people saw a map of the Imperial Palace. Might know a way out. But also, I intend to convince them to help me kill Elena before we flee.
You speak as if it's not as easy as killing a god. But I have nothing else to do. It is either obey and serve, or I can follow. And I think I'll follow. The song seems right for this.
I love a ditty. Let me introduce myself. I'm Leaf. Nice to make your acquaintance. We're not going to be fighting right out the gate. He as the still dressed fully as the female servant, like half elf, kicks the little like tray that he has with him, and it starts moving on its own. Fully transforms into an exact duplica of you, and just starts slowly pacing around the room.
That is some good working. You are quite the illusionist.
Thank you. It won't fool Elena, though, so we need to...
Then lead the way.
Yes, this one's not going to be an illusion, by the way. Do you mind if I alter your physical form temporarily?
Of course.
Okay, thank you for your permission. You get transformed into a fucking tray on wheels.
Rolling out.
And you are wheeled out your bedroom door, past the guards that are assigned to you, and start making your way down towards the kitchens and lower levels of the building. You're not bothered. In a society like this, the lower class are often ignored. And Leaf is very good at pretending to be other people. Even the cooks in the kitchen shortly after you arrive seem to know who they are. They drop off the cart, in quotation marks, that is you, in a back room, where there is a backpack with servant's clothes. You cannot be dressed like that if we're trying to sneak out.
Yeah, she just strips. No, there's no shame, just completely
Oh, he
changes out.
turns around. I mean, I appreciate you not having modesty, but it's...
Once you have experienced the tortures of Elena, body and mind, spirit is crushed. There is little that moves my mind anymore.
I totally understand and respect that. I hear the Queen Mother is truly a monster. It is, though, considered polite to ask someone if they're okay with seeing you naked before you simply strip in front of them. But I am glad you also might want to talk to someone about that. That seems unhealthy. But this is hell. Let's go get the foreigners.
Let us go then. This uniform is quite fitting. Much rather that than that dreaded dress they forced on me.
Family, am I right? He just looks kind of awkward at you.
That is the last word I would call them.
I'm sorry, I don't really know how to interface with what I am sure is truly a horrific experience for you. That was the nicest bedroom I think I've ever seen in my life. I still get that a prison is a prison, but
I'd rather stay in the hovel of my childhood, surrounded by my family, than that gilded cage.
good. Sorry. I'm very glad to hear it. I don't know much about you, princess, but let's go. Once you're dressed as servants, you get a little hat and everything, tie your hair back. You're not given another glance from anyone. You go down several more floors beneath ground level. And you find the dungeon is suddenly quite full of activity. Moments after you get down there, the lights go out. The red emergency lights come on. You hear shouting, boots, people are running. You are a floor away from the prison proper itself. But give to me roll. I want a roll for this. Do I want this roll to be? Give me We'll call this a society.
Sure.
You know that there is a security monitoring room just down the corridor and to the left, where there will likely be a single guard watching through cameras stuff that is happening in the prison. But it will also give you some rudimentary access to the prison defenses, which could be useful in the event of a breakout, which kind of seems like what might be happening right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and add you to this encounter tracker now. If you would please join us in initiative. Excellent. The feeling intensifies on all of you. If everyone in the cells, well, not in the cells, in the prison, could please give me this reflex save. Oh my. Persephone!
The dice just hate me today. What can I say?
Yeah, that's 2 botches in a row. You get to keep your hero point, but you're gonna take double damage. As the weight of gravity starts to pull at you, there is a sound like hissing of air moving very fast through small holes. And between the forces of gravity and the mild acid being pumped into the room, 23 points of damage, halved if you succeeded, which only Zoran succeeded. Everyone else failed or critically failed. Persephone, you will take double damage.
Mm-hmm.
Bum, bum, bum. That only takes 1 action? Okay. And then everyone that failed, I now need a fortitude save from you, please.
Probably really frustrating. I'm not gonna lie. Mhm. Oh, that's not.
Dude. The forces of gravity don't pull you to the ground. With a jerk, they pull you against the far wall. That is the environment's turn. Zoran, you are not at the moment being controlled by the gravity in this room. What would you like to do?
I will say, remember, the moose is your friend. And I will quick shape at the start of this and go into and I turn into a giant electrical moose, and I will spark transcendence by breaking free, and Persephone lightning will cackle from my moose antlers and shoot at you. But you can gain 20 hit points back.
Cool.
And I will
Nice.
stride twice and then strike the nearest guard if I can. Which is just 80 feet of movement.
So that will get you up to the doors that are currently still closed and locked. But there is a guard on the other side of them that activated the stuff in here and is just sort of staring at you through the window in the door.
I'll strike at the door with my mighty antlers.
Yeah, give me an attack roll. Don't mind Kali. She's just sort of hanging. The doors are like right here. We're playing very fast and loose theater of the mind on this battle map.
Is that a crit against the doors?
I mean, no, actually.
I mean, how much armor class can the door have? It's a door.
24.
Okay.
Your antlers ring against the door very uncomfortably. That does not beat its hardness, unless you have some way to reduce it.
No. But it looked cool. It's a charging electrical moose at the door. I don't know what more you want from me.
It looked really fucking cool, and like the judge of Nero, who are all generally pretty calm, like flinches away from the door as you hit it.
Okay, that's my turn.
Hey, Kali. What you doing?
So I see the person at one of the terminals, right?
Yeah, if you just go down to the security room, like the door's not locked from the outside. And we'll say you can kind of see the field of battle in their cells on the video cameras. There is clearly some sort of alpine creature trying to ram its way out of a prison cell. A couple of gnomes and a gray-skinned woman, all locked up, looking no worse for wear, really.
Oh, last detail. The energy seems to move from the wristbands that are now attached to the front hooves of this moose to
Nice.
some scars along its flank, or excuse me, to its antlers. It goes to its antlers. I have to remember to shift my spark every time I spark transcendence, so I have shifted my spark.
Okay.
And yes, there's just one guy like working at the radio and the cameras. He looks like a technician, not like a judge or an enforcer. Excuse me.
I will go towards this person, and then I will create a thrall to spook them. Oh, but as I create the thrall to spook them, I will yell out to technician, "Cleave!" in a commanding voice.
Can I? This is definitely an intimidation roll. Unless there's something else you'd like to try. I would also accept a performance if you are just pretending like you're dangerous.
I think I basically molded myself to act as a princess, and using that persona, I am all the learned actions from Elena. I'm just using performance to intimidate them.
Amazing. Yeah, absolutely. Go for it.
And
cool. The technician who works the security cameras for the fucking Imperial house forgets fucking everything he knows for a moment. Princess Kalanova, I'm sorry, starts bowing and fucking genuflecting and sees himself out the fucking room.
I believe that's my 3 actions.
Seth, did you take the 20 points of healing?
Oh, it said that was for Josephine.
No, it's for you. I'm sorry.
Gotcha.
Yes, I do remember RJ's. Huh. Anemone, what would you like to do?
Okay, I would like to let me see how many. Oh, you're only 2. Actually, I'm gonna hold on. I am going to walk up just like a tiny bit. Nope, that's the ruler. Just like some here. And then I would like to, if I can, like, ready in action. I want to basically fire a spell off like into like this doorway if and when that door opens from their side.
Okay.
I just want to have something ready. So.
Excellent. So you ready in action to throw a spell in case the door opens. Right? Yes, did I understand that right?
Can you guys hear me?
I could not, no. Now I can.
Oh, yes. So yes, basically I'm standing, just waiting for the door to open and readying a spell.
Excellent. Very good. Josephine. Pull yourself away from the wall. Pandora, I haven't heard anything you've said if you're speaking.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, it was not working. So I just did my 1 stride right there, and then I'm going to just do
These 2 are up at
there.
They're on the floor above you.
Where was it? Oh yeah. Just protection on myself here. In case I may need it. Said no armor on. Oh, I need to target myself and do it. There we go. Maybe. There we go. Okay. And that's my turn.
Excellent. Persephone.
That's also touch. She's gonna reach spell into heroism. We're gonna cast that on Josephine.
Thank you.
At the end of the round, Leaf is going to take his turn. He walks up to the chair that was previously occupied by the now having pissed himself computer technician that has fled, and starts clacking away on the little steampunk keyboard that is more like a typewriter's keys instead of like what we know. So it's all mechanical and cool looking. But it's still a computer. The extra weight of gravity in the room stops. The vents stop spraying in the acid. And you see through the window of the doors the enforcer of Nero lift slowly before slamming into the ceiling and then into the ground, and acid being pumped into the outside hallways. Boom. Zoran.
So suddenly, Mr. Moose doesn't necessarily want to open the door. This acid, is it through the ground or is it like a mist? What is this acid?
It's a mist. It's just like it was like being misted in here. It's being misted out into the hallways now and just sort of like coating a light layer over everything. The acid is more debilitating and like minor wound causing. The sheer amount of bludgeoning that the enforcers outside are taking as the gravity is being utilized against them, though, looks unfortunate.
Is the mist coming from like directed sprayers, or is it like loose enough that if I open the door or force the door open, I think it's going to come back on me?
If you open the door, it will pour in.
Okay. Then I'm going to wait to see if I'm going to square up my antlers with the door and prepare to force open the door should the situation change.
Excellent. Also, I don't remember hearing Slam say anything on his turn.
No, you did. He gave heroes and
Did I?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Never
Just
mind. I
quick
remember
turn.
now. I'm sorry. That I just had a super executive dysfunction moment. So, here's the thing. The prison outside is slowly being... The guards are all slowly being killed. Kali, you are in the security room, and there is a little intercom right there that can be used to call in to the prison if you want.
Okay.
I don't know if that's Kali's jam or not.
Call in to the prisoners or to the full entire prison itself?
No, you can select the specific room.
Okay. Kali will for now do a as she waves her fan and kind of sing several notes as the ghost wraps around Kali in a protective barrier, and then she will press on the intercom to relay a message to the group. I know not who you are, but I am Kali Nova, and I heard you were seeking me. I will try to help, but you should do your best. And she does this in a courageous anthem as she kind of whistles a bit after another tune, and that's
Cool. Yes, we'll let your courageous anthem go through the loudspeaker. Anemone.
Ooh. I'm not really sure if there's much else to do other than, I mean, I guess I'm just gonna hold again and see if anything comes through.
Okay, you just gonna stay back there and watch?
I mean, no. I mean, I can fire shit off from very far away.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm not saying
So
you're doing
saying-
nothing.
well,
You're just
oh, yeah.
standing back there and watching.
Saying- basically, like, yeah, and then the second the door is open and like I can see people, I will fire off. So
Yeah, no, I wasn't trying to belittle like what you were
Oh.
doing.
I was like, yeah, I was like, she's not definitely not watching, but so yeah.
Well, you gotta be
this point-
watching, or you won't see the door open.
Exactly. Yeah, because at this point I'm not really sure what else to do, and so that feels like the most effective use of my time. So
Okay. We're gonna, for the moment, move this out of combat turns. The guards on the outside take maybe a minute to die off. But moments after Kali calls in, the intercom crackles again. Well, are you willing to reconsider our deal now?
Who is that talking?
The voice sounds like Leaf's, less accent to it now, but it is his voice. You were just talking to him like
Yeah.
to you literally moments ago.
Yeah, Josephine will just scream like, whatever it takes, just get us out of here, please.
Well, now I feel bad because I feel like I'm coercing your assistance in this matter. The door's unlocked. You're free to go. I'm not holding you hostage for your help. But I would like you to reconsider.
Josephine just starts walking over, like ignoring the intercom. She just wants to get out of here, honestly. She's just over it.
So you walk up to the doors?
Yeah, we're in combat. I can't walk.
Oh, excuse me. The doors are on emergency backup power right now, as their main source of power has been pulled from this series of floors. With a bit of effort, though, there's enough strength in the group at the moment to pry them open. Some healing.
And also, Josephine, you can take 20 points of healing.
Oh, thank you.
Leaf kind of gets up. Well, I'm gonna go down with them. Princess Kalinova, if you'd like to join me.
Of course.
You guys head down a flight of stairs. Outside in the halls are puddles of ick. The acid doesn't seem to have an effect on like inorganic objects, so the armor of the enforcers is really all that's left of them, as everything else, their bodies, has been started to reduce to kind of like a protoplasm almost, as the acid has been breaking it down. But it's stopped doing that.
Kali spits on one of the bodies.
Absolutely fair. Leaf and Kali come around the corner to meet you as you are getting out of the heavy doors from your hallway. And now everyone's kind of together.
Yeah, Zoran demusifies, but still keeps his antlers, and as he does, you see his flesh knit itself back together. Again, a little bit of electricity sparks from his antlers and heals some of Josephine's wounds. Come, we must find my scythe. With it, we can cut through the Meridian.
Hold on 1 second. Did I hear over the intercom Princess Kalinova?
Leaf, who does not look like the Leaf that you met yesterday, he looks like a, maid, motions to the woman in drab gray clothes next to him.
I thought I'm also the servant clothing. What? Oh yeah, drab gray. But you are correct. I am Kalinova, and
A curse on your house.
I
We-
would agree tenfold. But
Oh.
you are the cursed one they speak of down below.
Your
You-
family has poisoned this land.
Oh, fuck my life. I thought all of you were dead. I'm sorry. That's rude. I'm Leaf. We need to talk. Hi, everyone. Again, I'm not going to try and coerce you into political assassination, but we are here. What do you think about a might as well while we're here sort of scenario?
Look, we just really want to find Vexus. We can find Vexus and we can begin talking. I'm worried wherever they're at.
Oh, your automaton is gone. He's not in Meridian anymore.
Where is he?
My sources say that Mephistos got on a ship and flew out of here.
Wait, did you say the name Vexus?
Yes, we came here seeking you. Vexus was Lev's creation.
You mean that little horse that he
Yes.
played with? I don't understand. This... What?
We can discuss it when we're out, but we probably should get out soon. But we have a lot we need to talk to you about.
Yeah, seems complicated. Uh,
You want to kill that immortal witch?
yes, Elena Devore.
I also wish to kill that immortal witch.
Oh.
As you can see, I have no equipment. I'm not sure if I'm really built to be killing a powerful magic user anytime soon.
It should be nearby.
Yes, your stuff is down this hall. You run down the hall past Iker, Ooze.
Yeah, Josephine run
There-
over and get her stuff, yeah.
There is like an evidence locker area where all of your stuff is kind of spread out on several tables. It looks like they just started like sorting and organizing through all of your stuffs. Each table is a different person's, and it's just the three of yous. Sorry, Persephone, Josephine, and Anemone specifically. Zoran, your like armor and clothes and stuff are hanging in another locked locker. But your scythe is nowhere to be found.
Bah!
At least not in this room.
Where is the scythe?
Up. You have a vague sense of up. As you ask that.
Above.
Above
What
you.
is- I have not seen above this dungeon in years. Have you seen? It would be a trophy. It would be a power. It is a staff of office for the old ways.
Oh, you are real.
Has Callie seen it before?
Oh, very much so. Yes. It is kept on the very top floor in the open air throne room, where it is constantly pulling electricity from the eternal storm over Meridian.
I'm afraid to tell you that your item might be in this throne room.
Of course it is. To them, nothing is sacred. And he spits on the ground.
It must be a Vidicron thing. There's spit.
Just spit on everything, yeah. It's an old ways thing. Zoran, there is something else here though that you kind of pick up on. There is another follower of the old ways here. Someone who
I was gonna say I'll look at Kali and then I'll look at Leaf and try and perceive that, I guess.
It's not them.
I'll turn to my new female companions.
It's the purple, gold, and black one.
You.
Persephone. I forgot Persephone's name for a second.
You follow the ways of
before?
I really don't wish to be rude, but I think that we can have tea time some other time. We need to get the fuck out of here, so let's go.
I like your spirit, and you're right, of course.
So the
So let's
question
get the
is,
fuck out of here.
where are we going? Yes. You have an open hallway.
What is this plan of yours, Leaf?
I was thinking all of us go upstairs, look for Elena DeVore, engage her in rousing bout of heroism and evil casting down, and then I have a number of parachutes with us.
With my scythe, it would be possible. It can cut away the ability to heal.
I don't know what that means, but it sounds awesome.
The gods imbued their followers with ability to separate wheat from chaff, yes?
Okay, I follow.
Whatever that thing has become, whatever that thing has become, she will wither under its blade.
I like it. I still don't have like consent from everyone else on this though. Are we going up? Or do you just want to out? Are we having audio problems tonight?
I am. I'm not sure why, but I'm working now. Josephine will ask, is I just forgot her name. The girl she wants us to kill. Is she responsible for us being captured?
Elena DeVore?
Yes. Is she responsible for us being here?
I can't say. I'm not sure.
Is there a possibility?
She is the Queen Mother?
She has her fingers in every pocket and eyes everywhere. It's very likely that she had some part at least.
Then in that case, her life is on an hourglass. I'm with you.
Love.
I'm in.
Then let us kill my grandma, sir, lest I join my real family.
There is an elevator or stairs. There is no direct elevator to the throne room. It goes up to about 2 floors below, and then you have to climb 2 sets of stairs to finally reach it. You make your way all the way to the top. The throne room is... If everything else in the Imperial home was soulless, the throne room is overabundant in it. There are 4 statues of individual beings on horses that are rampant, each wielding a different weapon. It is a depiction of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, cast in that same beautiful white granite with veins of gold. But the quality of the masonry is such that the texture of flesh is seen in the flanks of their horses, aside from Death's, which is simply a skeletal horse. The figures are mostly androgynous, but they each have a weapon raised to the sky. And these are kind of set in a formation in the throne room as you climb up the stairs to it, with the entrance you just came in on the far side of where the throne is, which is a beautiful, elaborate gold thing with green cushions that is almost shaped like a suit of golden armor beneath where its cushions are, and at the moment is empty. The throne room is open to the sky, as previously described, but the perpetual rain strikes at a dome that you wouldn't know was there if the water wasn't hitting it and rolling off the sides. But the strikes of lightning crawling down to the weapons of each of the individual statues passes right through the barrier. And the scythe being wielded by Death looks extraordinarily familiar, Zoran.
I'll run to it.
The air crackles with anticipation as you reach for it. That space where ozone and amplitude and current set the hairs on your arm standing. Like you could be struck by lightning at any moment.
I'll say a quick prayer to the old gods. May I be your vessel. And I will reach and grab it.
There is a crash. There is a crash of thunder that rings so loud, and a bolt of lightning larger than any of the ones that you've seen strike previously. The statue holding the scythe is split asunder as you take your scythe once more in your hand. And all the lights in the building go off. You are standing now on a disk of light atop a skyscraper as the entire metropolis around you goes dark.
He'll turn to Leaf and he'll say, "You must get the word out to the resistance. Now is the time!"
Yeah, sure. Great. Quick question. How many of you have actually ever parachuted before?
I'm not familiar with this word parachute.
What's a parachute?
Okay. Leaf picks up a little pouch and opens it and starts pulling out these backpack looking things. Strap these on, buckle them, do like I do. And they fully start putting on a parachute and walking you through how to do it. All right, and now we're gonna go over to the edge of the building.
So Seth's gonna refuse, but she's just gonna cast fly on herself.
Yeah, I will have the parachute, but I also cast fly myself.
Can either of you transcribe that spell for me onto a scroll before you leave? Sometimes I hate being a wizard. Cool. So they can fly. Can anyone else fly?
Moose does not fly.
Only
Oh,
one
you're
of
adorable.
us. One of us might be able to fly, maybe.
I have more available castings if anybody else wants fly.
I'll take
Leaf
it if
kind
no
of,
one else wants it.
yeah, Leaf kind of raises his hand.
No, he has a parachute.
Yeah, no, fuck Leaf.
Why fuck Leaf?
Because Persephone thinks that he might have had something to do with their capture.
Cool, that's fair.
But also, she cares a lot more about her companions than some guy.
And I also had gentle landing prepared just in case. So
All right, we'll cast it twice more, once on Anemone and the other on Josephine.
Awesome. Thanks. That's fair. So I guess you guys can just go wherever the fuck you want. I'm going almost straight down. So no one needs a parachute?
I will try this parachute.
yeah, I mean Kali accepted it. It's just the fly's the
Oh, good.
backup.
Excellent. Come with me. Goes over to the ledge of these 100-story skyscraper to a darkened city beneath you that is being illuminated from the bolts of lightning from time to time, kind of just looming out there. Okay, so we're gonna count to 3 after we jump off the edge, and then you're gonna pull this cord right here, okay?
Pull cord.
Jump first. Count to 3, like 1, 2, 3. Just a long count, okay? And then rip the cord.
Seth's gonna fly next to Zorin. And in case something
Okay.
goes wrong, she's gonna hit him with fly.
Zorin will nod and leap out as far away from the building as possible and count to 3 and pull the chute.
Persephone, I'm gonna say with a 37 on his sense motive, Leaf is gonna clock that you have an issue with him and give you like a what the fuck look.
Yeah, I mean, she's not hiding it, really.
But instead of getting into that now, since there's been so much talking already, he is just going to run and jump off the building. Neither the Queen Mother or the Empress were in the throne room. At least you didn't see them. You do see something very bright appear on the horizon, though. It's gold and white and orange. Colors of flame. Licks of blue. The energy is not dissimilar in appearance to Persephone's. Colors are a little different, but the way it moves, the way it touches things is so similar. And as you're descending some 400 feet down at this point, this bit of light grows brighter and brighter as it rapidly approaches the top of the building. You see enormous wings of this gold, white, and bluish orange energy erupting from the back of this woman in gold and bright white armor. Even from hundreds of feet away, the amount of power radiating from the woman is palpable in the darkness, in the gloom, through the rain. For those of you who have touched the divine, for those who worship a god and have spoken with that deity, or felt divinity within yourself, you know what the divine spark is. You know what it feels like. You have felt it before, and you feel it from her. I'm gonna say she does not have anything that helps her see through the rain and the sleet. So I'm going to be playing a -10 to her perception check. Which leaves her with a +19. I'm going to set her DC at spotting all of you at a 35. So she needs a 14 or higher.
Is this time to use streamer points? Oh no.
Is it time to use streamer points? Does someone have points they want to force me to reroll with?
How do I do?
Have you been watching the stream?
Yeah.
Well, you should be able to go into the chat and redeem them.
Yeah. You just click on the whatever channel points button. in the
I
bottom.
also fully forgot to advertise in my various founders today. Yeah, if you have channel points, you can go to the chat. Just like that.
Redeemed GM rerolls last roll. Okay.
That's 19.
Oh.
Oh.
Still
Well-
super high.
We tried. You know, I have 1,000 more. Endless rerolls. Reroll the same dice 1,000 times.
Does have
You
the
know what?
fortune trait.
I'll allow you one more.
No, it's fine. If she sees us, she sees us. We're parachuting through the night sky. I don't. It's fine.
You sure you don't want one more?
And use all my channel points.
All right. As you're falling, your eye lines are drawn back up, and you see standing at the edge of the building as you go down. Even from this massive distance, the lines of her body are clearly defined to you, as though reality cannot muffle her. Distance cannot calm or tame her. She removes the winged helmet upon her brow to reveal platinum blonde hair and slightly luminescent blue eyes, and a strong but angular face. The Empress Antonia Devore.
She seems normal and not fascistic at all. She doesn't have those Grand Moff Tarkin cheekbones.
Well, I'm glad everyone picked up on that. She spots all of you. You know you have her awareness. And she just watches you go. The completely impassive face.
I
So-
hate those eyes.
Yeah, because they are cold as ice.
Is she coming from a direction that might indicate where like Vexus is? Or like if they took them somewhere, she's not in the throne room. Like, can we mark down the direction that she's coming from?
You certainly can, but it is not the direction that Vexus went. Vexus is no longer in the hegemony.
Oh, that's right. He went with Colton's character. Okay.
Yes, he got kidnapped by Mephistos. As you descend into the darkened capital city of Meridian, Leaf kind of angles his parachute for a slightly open area that's got some ruins in it. Lands okay. The parachutes all work. We're not gonna do those any kind of thing like that to you. I do want an athletics check, though, to land on target. From Zoran. Everyone else is flying. I know, Kali is also parachuting, right?
Oh no, my horns got tangled up in the lines.
A 23 is still actually, I'm going to call a success for this.
Can I roll acrobatics? Or is it just athletics?
No, I'll take an acrobatics.
Sure. That's slightly better.
Yeah, you both follow down into the space just as well. Excuse me. And I think we're going to take a little break now because I just realized it's almost 10:30. So as you kind of land in Meridian, escaped from the Imperial home, the Emperor's watching you go, and clearly capable of flight all on her own. She does not pursue you. Food for thought. We will BRB after this break, though.
I back.
head live again. Let me know when.
It's on.
We're back. Hello again. I'll put away the break. So, you've now landed in, we're going to generously call it like a large alleyway. Leaf just fully ditches his parachute backpack and now looks like the regular male elf again that you all saw him as 2 days ago. But you know, like an hour for you guys. So you need to get out of the city.
Okay. I haven't been even out of the tower in years. But what do you have for us to leave?
The land and the people cry out for freedom.
That is very true, yes.
Would it be possible to use detect magic to sort of comb over Kali and Zoran to look for any sort of magical bugging devices? Mostly tracker beacons. I mean, Scry would be okay too. Specifically on Kali. After that comment.
Yes. Give me a roll with your spellcasting skill. I think yours is religion.
Yes. I'm definitely willing to spend a hero point on this.
There is so there are sigils that are marked on some of the clothes that are invisible, that are likely there specifically to use as ways to track individuals wearing them.
Yeah, I'll throw like a seen the unseen on myself as well if that'll help.
Oh yeah, all of the clothes that all of you are wearing are covered in these invisible signs. Everything on you is a tracking device.
Is that including our personal effects that we took back?
Yes.
We have a small problem.
What is it now?
I'm a little upset that you figured that out so soon. But carry on, you bad self.
It appears as though everything we are wearing is bugged, is marked for tracking. When I say everything we're wearing, I mean like everything.
Is there a way to dispel the tracking magic?
close.
Yeah.
And, like,
You can erase the sigils.
Do we have time to erase the sigils? That's the question.
The
what all does that entail?
Full
mark
breakdown.
can be scrubbed or scraped off with 5 minutes of work.
For
If
each
it's
sigil?
on a creature, it fades naturally over the course of a week. You are all also marked, by the way. I should have said.
To the bathhouses.
There, I don't know why you think Meridian has bathhouses.
Can we scrub the ones on ourselves off?
Yes. Takes about 5 minutes of scrubbing and scraping.
And
But
is there
you
only
can-
one sigil per item / person?
One, yeah. So here's the thing: everything that technically counted as an individual item got a sigil put on it.
Yeah. Does that include coins?
Coins, yes.
Fuck you.
I have 9, 12, 13.
This
So
is
the
how
answer
this
to that question-
totalitarian regime
I took
maintains control.
21 sigils. On.
If-
I'm a fresh character. I have less items than normal people.
if every coin is marked, perhaps we should go on a spending spree throughout the city as we scrub the things on our person.
It's really the only way I can think to, I guess, kind of counter to this, but I'm pretty sure there's ways to focus in on specific sigils. But I mean, we definitely don't have time to scrub each one.
No, but if the coins are the only sigiled items, that could give them a day of merry chase.
Right. Assuming that they can't choose a sigil to focus in on, like, say, the one on Kali and say, we know this is the sigil for her. We'll focus on that one. Oh, there she is.
Look, I'm okay throwing away my coins if need be, but this armor and this whip cost a lot of money,
There's always
And
more
they're-
people to tax.
and they're very special to me. So they will be staying on my person. I will be taking time to get rid of it.
Always more people to tax.
Hmm I can make that back, you know.
There's always more money in the mattress shop.
Awesome.
I have 3 hours of scrubbing just in my backpack alone.
Yeah, it's 2 hours for Kali now. Although I have 11 coins, so that cuts the time in half. If I just chuck my coins.
Yeah, I mean, I've got essentially like 5 items in myself to scrub. It's like, you know, a cool half hour, and I don't care about my 15 coins.
Now
Like,
Vexus
so-
has way more items.
My coins would be 6.5 hours just by themselves.
Yeah, I have a lot of money too.
Okay, so options. We can ditch literally everything we're wearing, scrub ourselves, and make our way away, and then we'll come back for the stuff later. We can disseminate the coins, either spend them or throw them, whatever, and try to make an escape.
You are not all from here. How did you get here? Is that a route we can take back?
Well, not that I know of. Our ship captain is the one that got us captured in the first place, so
Does the ship captain live?
unfortunately, no.
How about his crew?
There wasn't a crew on deck from what I remember.
I don't think we've seen them since we docked and left the ship.
Plus, I don't trust anyone associated with that vile man.
Anemone seemed to have pretty good rapport with them. If anything, if they're like any regular crew, they're probably either on the ship or in port waiting for captain to come back and say, okay, we're leaving. I guess it's possible. Anemone, could you maybe speak to them and ask them to go? Take us somewhere else?
I mean,
Smuggle
yeah.
us away?
I mean, yeah, of course I will. Like, we had like group therapy and we watched like lesbian romance movies over here. Like, I will take any and every excuse I can to talk to them, of course.
Josephine, I am kind of with you. I don't specifically trust them, but if Captain is not here and Anemone is sort of guiding them, maybe they can be temporarily allied with us.
And if not, we will take their boat.
We will take their boat and their lives at the same time.
We will do none of it, because they will not betray us, and so it's a non-issue. It's fine. Let's everything will be fine.
Also, just a quick question: the scary lady up there, was she the one that we want to kill?
No, that was Antonia Devore, her immortal empress of the way.
Oh.
So we want to kill her daughter?
Her mother.
Oh, mother.
I'm honestly a little confused why we're not just dead.
She always has to play her games. Perhaps this is just another.
Yeah, my concern is the sigils are on all of your stuff, specifically in the hopes that I would lead you to where the resistance is. What happened?
Must have said in chat.
Oh. Yes, you are getting the mark off.
Just as we're talking.
Yeah, I guess I'll start squaring myself too down. And my armor and my whip and my shield. I'm sorry, those can not leave behind.
Is the resistance prepared? Could we not use this to ambush her? They have
The Empress.
They have no power now.
Well, we may have individual power.
So do the people.
Let me put it this way, Zoran, because I may not have fully got across what I was trying to get you to understand. She has in her the same kind of divine spark that you do. If I were to give her a class, it would be Exemplar, and her ancestry would be Godseed.
But I have Scythe now. I don't know.
I just wanted you to understand what you were picking up from her. that woman should horrify you. Carry on.
Well, Dorn will get to scrubbing.
Yes. You all just start scrubbing sigils off yourself.
Everywhere.
Just in a dark alley.
Can one of you reach on my back? I can't. I can't.
Who did we lose?
Slam, yeah.
Who did call out about the storms?
Oh, yeah.
He did, yes. Well, I think we're going to give Slam a minute or two. Still appears to be logged in to Foundry, but that can happen.
Usually it takes like a minute for people to go away if they disconnect from what I've seen.
Yeah, and he is fully offline from Discord, so yeah, his power probably went out.
Well, maybe this is a good place to call it. It's one.
Yeah. So we're gonna kind of fade out as you all start scrubbing vigorously to remove these sigils from you and your clothes, and debate what to do with the money. I hope you are enjoying my fascist regime so far.
It's terrifying.
Thanks.
I would appreciate the opportunity to murder more fascists.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There's going to be plenty of murder next session.
For purely unrelated reasons.
This can just be a safe place to outlet all of our frustrations at the world for the next little bit. But things are just going to get worse from here. When I was designing this country, I was like, what are all of my greatest nightmares? And how can I implement them into just a fucked up country? Okay.
I'm interested in seeing more of Scary Fire Necromancer Fan Lady.
Right?
And I hope everyone likes Electric Moose Man.
Oh, he's a cutie.
Yeah.
I do. Leaf might have a crush.
The old ways.
Yeah, that's a big thing, actually, because they were considered heretical by the Meridian, the Way, and basically had a religious witch hunt called on them, wiped almost completely from the country, with just a few small cells left, like barely hanging on, if any.
And
so we're gonna
a power battery.
Yeah, because you're a little godling. That is endless energy right there. That is lore and exposition that we will get next week, though. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. And we'll see you next week for more Pathfinder, and this weekend for Vampire and World of Fractured Shadows. Good night, everyone.
Thank you for running Sands.
Thank you for
Night.
running. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.